Schön, dass Sie schon mal zu dieser Uhrzeit gekommen sind. Kommen zum Tipp-Off zum voller werden. Beginnt in knapp 2 Minuten mit dem Einlauf der Spielerin. China im Turnierverlauf bislang ungeschlagen. 3-0 Bilanz. Die Amerikanerinnen haben gegen die deutschen Damen verloren. Das heutige Spiel wird betreut am Kampfgerät von der Commissionerin Nathalie van Meurs, Referees Juan Uñeda aus Spanien, Linas Radikas aus Litauen und Alexandre Lapont aus Kanada. Team USA mit der Nummer 1 Alejandra Ibanez. Number 7, Josie Esnackson. Starting as point guard, number 10, Morgan Wood. With the 13, Ryan Yuta. Number 15, Rose Coleman. 21, Caitlin Keaton. Number 23, Abigail Duncan. 24, Lindsay Zurbrück. 34, Emily Owens. With 35, Shelby Brooks. And number 43, Bailey Moody. Coach is Lawrence Johnson. Assistant, Adam Kramer. Und für China laufen auf Tian Yao Lei, Zhu Jing Shen, Shu Mei Shang, Didi Liu, Yun Long, Asian Sheng, Sui Ling Lin, Jiameng Dai, Tonglei Shang, Yan Yan, Wenli Shen und Shanyan Huang. Gecoacht der Chinesin von Huang Sheng Shu und assistiert von Hui Shen. Damen und Herren, bitten Sie, sofern Sie denn können, sich jetzt zu erheben für die Nationalhymnen beider Länder. Und wir beginnen mit den Amerikanern, Team USA. Und nun die chinesische Nationalhymne.
All right, we are here with the first game of the evening session here in Venue 1, USA Women against China. I am Vanessa Erskine.
And I'm Mark Romero, sorry.
Yes, no, that's totally fine. I'm here with Mark. And yeah, coming into this game, not entirely sure what to expect. I think the Chinese are going to have a little bit more speed than the USA. The USA, I think, going to be a little bit more accurate shooters. Yesterday we saw Morgan Wood with a fantastic performance helping carry the team a little bit there. The starting five for China is going to be number 5, Chen, number 6, Zhang, number 7, Liu, number 10, Lin, and number 15, Huang. And for the USA women, you're going to have number 7, Josie Aslaskin, number 10, Morgan Wood, number 24, Lindsay Zerbrook, number 1, Ali Ibanez, and number 15, Rose Hollerman. A little bit of a different lineup than we've seen them currently playing these past couple of games.
Well, we knew the U.S. coach was going to shake things up after what he'd seen in the tough loss to Germany, which wasn't really that close of a game for the U.S. women. And this is what we're seeing, probably a little bit of that, a little change in the lineup.
Yeah, they're actually going to be playing under points as well.
Meaning they played at like 12 points because of how it mixes?
They're going to be playing with 12.5 points instead of a total of 14. So we'll see how that affects them a little bit. I think they maybe will have a little bit of speed, but also going with this lineup already makes them a bit shorter than China. They already have the height disadvantage compared to China. So
and China's got that speed.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Rose Hollerman is going to be your player to watch here for the USA women. She is the all-around player. She has great speed, great ball handling, a great shot. She is a phenomenal player at a very young age, currently only 22 years old. Been on the team since about the 2012 London Paralympics, so two-time Paralympian at 22 years old. Not too bad there.
Yeah.
And also, China is currently undefeated for this tournament, coming away with a win against Algeria, France, and Argentina. USA is 1-1, starting the tournament off with a win against Algeria, loss against Germany women yesterday. They were supposed to start this tournament off against France, but with the Venue 2 little mix-up there with the courts, they ended up having their game postponed.
So their last game will be against France in their pool.
Yeah, they will have one
Tomorrow,
more
I
game
believe.
against. Yeah, tomorrow they will have one more game against France tomorrow to make up for that postponed game.
I think this is the game, though, that tells us whether the U.S. is going to be in the medal mix or maybe they wind up in the middle of the pack, 5, 6, 7, 8, if they can't beat China.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's
Trying to look at the standings right now. In the Pool A of the women's side, you currently have Netherlands, Canada, Great Britain, and Australia all in the mix-up for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Netherlands currently at the top. So, yeah, for the USA, this is going to be a big deciding factor whether they come in at that 2 or 3 seed and who exactly they're going to be crossing over into. Right now, chances look like Canada or GB. Canada, a team that they see very often.
And China, not so much. So this is going to be a good one, folks. There's the China starting 5. Cheng, Zhang, Liu, Lin, and Huang.
You can already see a little bit of the height mismatch there. Hollerman for the jump ball. Number 6, Zhang, bit taller.
Overall, they look about even. Maybe a tiny bit overall height advantage to the Chinese.
China comes away with the jump ball. USA bench really getting behind their team right now, bringing a lot of energy. That's going to be the first 2 points for China. And that's going to be dangerous for the USA if they are able to heat up from the outside, because then they're going to have to start forcing some jumps out on the Chinese, and that's going to open up some gaps for their big players to be able to cut and get in.
There's Morgan Wood with the ball. One of the only Americans who had a great game yesterday. And there's a turnover.
Nice read there by Wood and Zerbrug and Ibanez. However, yeah, China just being able to recover on that help defense, and the roll didn't go. Ibanez trying to swing it back in the middle to Wood, not able to. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of pressure here from the Chinese. Right now, you can see about a half-court pressure wall that they're setting up.
Remind us the 2 co-captains of the U.S. team.
The 2 co-captains of the USA team is number 10, Morgan Wood, and number 35, sorry, Shelby Gruss.
Okay.
We see Wood here. Shot just not falling for Zerbrug.
Corner shot for Zerbrug doesn't go.
Yeah, I think the Chinese are really going to try and keep the tempo of this game fast. They know that the USA is going to want to slow it down a little bit, try to set up set offenses, but I think the Chinese run very well when they're able to...
Bumped her chair.
Yeah, the Chinese are able to run really well when they're able to keep the tempo high.
They called something else. What did they call there?
That's a foul on...
Oh, they did, yeah. I thought they were going back down the court.
No.
That was the bumping of the chair foul,
yeah,
just as she was shooting.
First personal foul on Josie Aslaskin. First foul of the game. Trooper Johnson trying to give Rose Hollerman a couple more tips here from the sideline.
Up to a 6-0 lead with trying to get in the first 6 points. Americans come up.
Ibanez on the floor. Wood going to help her up. It's going to be USA ball at the sideline.
Ali Ibanez needs to get in the action also for the Americans. As a starter. There's Morgan Wood.
Nice floater there by Wood. And that is what Wood is known for. That middle shot is what she's money from.
Yep.
I think something else that we're going to be able to watch out for from the Chinese is they like to run a play with a 5-on-4 advantage. So while transitioning on offense, they'll try to keep one of the USA players backpicked, and then they'll try and run a trail. So they'll release that backpick and try to run a seal side with a big somewhere with one of the low-class players, 5-on-4 advantage.
They've got their tricks, as they all do, and their strategies.
Hollerman cutting baseline there, bringing it back out. 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Have a good game here too. And
Nice
there's
finish
number
by
24, Zerbrug. So it's 8-4 in the early going. US playing good defense on this possession.
5 seconds on the shot clock.
Chinese running out of time, have to throw something up, and it doesn't hit. It's number 7,
Heavy
Josie,
Chinese pressure
on the rebound, and Zerbrug brings it up.
Zerbrug getting the rid of the ball just before over and back call.
Back to Wood. Eyes the playing field. Zerbrug's got it. Back to Wood. There's Hollerman. Doesn't get the roll. Still a 4-point game.
I expect this to be a rather low-scoring game. I think both teams are going to be able to apply enough pressure. China, I think, is going to be able to force USA to have to take those outside shots. And then I think the Chinese aren't known necessarily for their great offense, so I think they're also going to be just a naturally lower scoring.
Yep.
Open shot there in the middle for 15 Huang.
Doesn't fall. Wood's got the rebound.
Here we can see that wall that China is creating.
Chinese wall. The wall of China.
Great recovery there.
There's Morgan Wood.
Nice pressure by the Chinese. Wood heavily contested as Laskin for the shot.
Laskin just can't hit off the rim. China brings it up.
There's that center shot once again.
Morgan will bring it up. Holloman screaming down the court. And the Chinese lady hits the deck. See what the call is.
It's going to be no call, or no foul called, I think.
It was just because she was down in front of the play.
Yep. The ball was behind.
Kind of wasn't balanced there.
It's going to be a timeout for China.
I'd be down every 10 seconds if it was me.
I think this is a good timeout called by China. USA was kind of able, those last 2 times they tried to set up that that wall, that press right there. USA was able to set 1 or 2 picks, and that was actually what allowed Hollerman to be able to break loose like that. So I think the Chinese coach is going to try to bring the focus a little bit to Hollerman, as well as telling his players to communicate about those picks so they don't give up any easy layups there.
Thus far, the Americans playing better than they did yesterday, even at the start. I think they're a little bit intimidated, knowing that they had a totally different team and that they had embarrassed Germany in the Rio, and that Germany had a very strong team and a home crowd. So good start so far to this one, though China does have the lead. And we'll see. It looks like the new lineup, or slightly revised lineup, hasn't been bad.
And we're going to see the same 5 on the court for the USA.
Wood will inbounds it.
A little bit of contact there, Wood and Hollerman. That is going to be a traveling call on Hollerman.
Too many pushes before she bounced the ball? Or how would you describe why the travel happened? because I wasn't totally watching. You weren't either?
No.
Are there different
The travel call is just any time that the player takes more than 2 pushes before they pass, shoot, or dribble.
Right. Must have pushed 3 times there.
One more swing instead of deciding to take that middle shot.
I was told that it's rarely called, though. I mean, depending, you know, unless it's obvious. Travel is not that common.
China doing a good job of recovering there. Heavy pressure on
Hollerman
Wood.
down in the middle. Oh, can't get it to hit.
Nice ball movement there from Wood to Hollerman, seeing her cut down the middle there. Both heavily contested. That's going to be number 10, Lin. And she's a player that we've seen already get hot for China and really help them offensively. China bringing that wall about to the half court now instead of 3/4 court.
They are coming out. There's Wood passing to Hollerman.
Lin is currently 3 of 3.
Nice feed there to Abby.
Fouling Ibanez.
All right. That was Ibanez.
Two-on-one on the left side for China. Pretty comfortable shot there for number 6.
Don't get the roll, but the
Offensive
rebound's
rebounds.
right there. That's America's got to get in there. Wood comes up with it.
China pressing again. Hollerman on the loose. Wood with
Pushes
the long
it ahead
pass.
saw that one to Hollerman.
Nice layup there by Hollerman.
Americans cut it to 2.
USA controlling the speed of this game just a little bit. Not allowing China really to come in with the speed that they want.
But they had the open foul shot.
That's going to be number 5, Chen. She's another player that we saw when, against France that was able to knock that free throw shot down rather consistently.
Back to 4.
China doing a good job using 2 players to stop Hollerman there as she tried to attack the low-class player. That's Zerbrugg from the 45.
Zerbrug's already starting to contribute. Very positive way.
USA just picked up their shooting percentage quite a bit. They were currently down at 27%, now back up to 50. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
It looks like they've shrugged off yesterday's game. Or was that 2 days ago?
Yesterday is when they faced China.
Just yesterday.
Germany, sorry.
Yes.
China getting some nice ball movement here. Just
All
long.
right. Could tie it here.
A lot of pressure here by the Chinese team.
Ibanez.
Not able to get the ball over the court, but no call. Extremely close there. Ref's just not seeing the shot clock. Another shot down the middle there from Wood.
Morgan Wood ties it up. Americans have their own wall that separates once the Chinese approach.
USA women do a really good job of kind of staying inside. If China continues to hit outside shots like that, it's going to be a little bit of an issue for them. But right now, they kind of more focus on closing out the key and not allowing those layups.
It'll wear down on them if they can't get inside. That's for sure, and I think that's U.S. strategy, to really keep them on the perimeter. Margot Wood looking for something inside.
Less than a minute left in the first
Almost
quarter.
got the give and go, but
heavily contested there from Hollerman.
Hollerman
Had to get the shot off. Shot clock was running down.
bounces off the rim. China gets it.
Weniger als 1 Minute verbleiben, jetzt haben wir die Halle auch ein bisschen mehr gefüllt. Also nochmal Gas geben, darf ich die Show
Nice ball movement here once again by China.
Morgan Wood brings it up after that miss.
Wood finding
Up ahead to
Hollerman.
Hollerman.
That is going to be a foul called on the ground. It'll be inbound baseline for USA.
Pass needed to be just a tad higher. Or actually, it's not too bad of a pass.
Foul on number 15, Huang.
Ibanez over to Wood. Back to Ibanez.
Shot clock countdown from the bench.
Back
5
to
seconds left.
And she's got it.
That's a great
The
shot
hot
there
hand.
for Wood.
Got to go with the hot hand right now. She hasn't missed much, has she? I think she's up around 70, 80, 90%.
She's currently shooting 100%.
Well, that's right.
And that's going to send us into the second quarter.
I meant for the whole tournament, I think she's there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The whole tournament, I would definitely put her at probably 80% or so. We saw her have a spectacular game against Germany with the 20-something points. I can't quite remember.
Well, I think it's going to rub off on some of the other ladies.
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
Yeah, currently shooting 100%. She's 3 of 3. Wood is, one of the newer additions to this roster. She's been within the USA program for quite some time. She's 26 years old, I believe. She actually helped start the women's program at the University of Texas Arlington, so she's helped develop a lot of women just through that, because the UTA program has grown over just about 5 years into a 2-time national champion program. They also currently host a women's development camp there every year now.
And there are the game stats for you. Pretty even. US actually has the advantage in field goal percentage.
Yeah, currently shooting 18% higher than China.
And free throws, USA hasn't had one yet.
They have not. China doing a pretty good job of not fouling. They are able to apply pressure but maintain rather good chair skills, and you're able to see that throughout their entire roster.
Yeah,
basically.
very low fouling team.
USA also not in any foul trouble. Currently only 1 player with fouls. That's number 7, Josia Slaskin. Same with China, only 1 player with a foul. That is number 15, Huang.
And we get to the last 20 seconds of the first quarter. Of this timeout. What am I looking at? Losing my mind. That was the intermission clock, of course. Now we're ready for the second quarter. With the game tied, 14-14.
USA ball, sideline at half court. Wood with the inbounds.
Und hinein ins zweite Viertel. Dann ist es für die USA.
Chinese players running into each other, making that recovery a little bit slow. Morgan Wood makes them pay for it.
That's what Morgan was waiting for. Just, you wanna leave me? You can.
Just a little bit of a mistake there by the Chinese.
Yeah, I think they need to put more pressure on Morgan.
Baseline shot there by number 6 of China, Zhang. Just a bit strong right now.
Gets it into Hollerman.
As I
No,
said
not
earlier,
Hollerman. That's
Zerbrug.
Zerbrug.
Back to Zerbrug.
Zerbrug looks for the shot and hits.
Like I said earlier, Chinese having the height and speed advantage, but USA definitely being a very good shooting team. Something head coach Trooper Johnson really emphasizes. He has these girls taking, 1,000 shots a week at minimum, basically.
And that's what's giving them the lead right here. 4 points now. Ibanez gets the rebound. Brings it back up. Morgan looking for open chair, and that's Holloman.
Finds Zerbrug.
And there's Zerbrug. Back to Wood.
Shot clock expiring.
Back to Zerbrug for the last shot. Did
No.
she get it off? Oh,
Ref
that's
calls
such
no
a shame.
shot.
Great shot. Split second after the buzzer went off. As you know, it's when the ball hits or doesn't hit the rim, right?
No,
so if
it's
it
the
leaves your hand,
release. It's the release of the ball. If you release it before the shot clock goes off, it counts.
oh, but then if it doesn't hit the rim, it goes off. If it hits the rim,
Yeah.
you're good.
Nice shot there by number 5, Chen. So yeah, if it does not hit the rim,
Yeah, I was
then
just-
it is a shot clock violation. If it hits the rim,
it
you'll
is,
get
of
the
course,
14-second ratio.
when it leaves your hand.
Nice move there by Hollerman. Swings it back over to Zerbrug, just a little too tall. Here we can see the Chinese keeping her out. Zerbrug does have quite a bit of speed. Still developing in her chair skills, however, also improving incredibly quickly.
They keep her out of the play for now as the Chinese come down. 4-on-4. Chair's hitting hard, but no call. Down and low.
That is just a little mental lapse there on the USA defense as they cannot let happen. Ali Ibanez just a little late on the help defense there. Coach Johnson letting her know that she needs to be there a little bit earlier, not allow that roll to happen.
Zerber got the miss. Trying to look to take advantage with the game tied.
USA overall doing a really good job of not letting China get into the paint.
Yep, they're still doing that. Can't get the roll. Zerbrug. Over to Morgan.
Wood in the middle looking for an outlet. Finds Zerbrug. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Swings it back to Hollerman.
Hollerman gets closer but doesn't shoot. Gives it to Morgan. And Morgan nails it again.
China is going to have to do something about that.
Morgan Jordan.
Wood currently 100%. 5 of 5.
China matches them though.
USA calling a timeout.
Timeout USA. I wish they'd tell us what the US coaches were saying one of these times in the huddle.
Yeah, right now Johnson talking to Ibanez there in the beginning. I think just telling her that she needs to mentally focus up just a little bit more on defense. Overall, great job by her brand new player, first time on the roster.
Right.
So to be able to perform as she is as a starting 5 player for the USA, she's doing a phenomenal job. Just a little, inexperienced, obviously. She's very young, just entering the collegiate programs, going to be going to the University of Illinois under head coach Stephanie Wheeler. So you can expect to see her over the next 5 years really flourish as a player.
Yeah, well, that's why all these ladies are on the team, because a lot of them are just starting their Paralympic careers, which aren't that long these days, just because of the level of competition. Just a natural evolution of the sport. But these are the 12 best ladies right now on the court for the U.S. So I think one is sitting out, ineligible. And there's Hollerman spinning around. She's got the feed to Wood. That's a great combo there.
That is a great combination. And you can tell just with years that they've had playing together that they've really developed on and off court chemistry. China with a fast break.
Not going to be able to convert though. That errant pass.
Going to apply the full court pressure right away.
Zerberg right in close. She
Hollerman
sees that
down
one.
the middle.
Just, oh, it was Hollerman. 15, sorry.
Ibanez with the offensive rebound. Wood from the middle.
There's Ibanez almost getting the rebound. Wood coming in, but China comes away with it. That one they may not get to, but they do. See the quickness there.
That is going to be an 8-second call on China.
But it wasn't enough to get it over the 8-second half-court line.
Not even incredible pressure there by the USA. Not even really putting a press on. Just China not having a very clean and crisp passes allows them to slowed it down and not able to get over half court.
That's another one you don't see too much because it's very tough to trap someone for 8 seconds without being able to throw it over the line. But it happens.
Fouling as Laskin, finding as Laskin.
Oh, as Laskin hits the front of the rim. But U.S. retains possession. Wood will inbounds it.
14 seconds left on the shot clock. It is a reset since as Laskin hit the rim.
14 seconds. Reset. There's Zerberg. Not a great pass. A little sloppy down here.
China coming away with the ball. They're going to have a 3-on-2 right now. Nice recovery there by Zerberg. Swings it back over to Lin. To the middle for Chen. Shooting just a little off balance.
U.S. women in this low-scoring game, enjoying the 2-point lead now.
Hollerman finding Zerberg. Zerberg Wood almost with the offensive rebound. It's going to be called China ball. That is going to be called a foul on Wood. That is going to be her first personal foul. Only the third foul called so far this game. 17 minutes in and only 3 fouls. Refs really letting the players be able to decide the game. China with a 2-on-1 opportunity.
They pull up and don't get the roll.
Able to get the offensive rebounds.
Nice rebound there, but they can't get the roll.
And she's going to get sent to the line for 2 shots. That's number 6, Zhang. A little interesting too is that we haven't seen substitutions from either side, USA or China right now.
Really?
Yep.
Or is this whole quarter?
For this whole, yeah, for
Basically
this whole game so far.
Wow. U.S. likes what it's seeing. The coaches.
That's going to tie the game back up. Back to his Laskin in the middle.
To Hollerman. She's going to take the shot. Just off the front of the rim. Game still tied, 22-all.
Just missing the pick there on Hollerman.
Tough shot, doesn't fall.
China currently only shooting 36%. USA at 50 still. Nice ball movement there. Finding Ibanez, able to get the layup, and it's in.
Ibanez. After the nice feed, had no problem with that one.
Shot there from number 10, Lin.
All right, getting down to the last minute of the first half. China just going back up by 2.
Lin currently 5 of 5. China really should recognize that and continue to have her shoot.
U.S. will try and tie it here. Hollerman with the ball. Back to Wood. Back to Hollerman.
China with the steal. Nice hand there by number 7, Liu.
What do we got? Away from the ball. A couple players tangled up. They're not going to call anything.
That is going to be a foul on number 24, Lindsay Zerbrug.
Are going to call the foul on Zerbrug.
That's going to be her second personal foul.
Second personal.
Team's third. .45 seconds left in the quarter. Wood being caught on contact there. Lin with the shot. 6 of 6 for Lin. She has the hot hand, and China is hopefully recognizing that.
They are. Just like U.S. recognizes that Morgan has the hot hand. And they're holding for maybe the last shot of the first half. Zerbrug back to Morgan. Not going to take it yet. Chinese staying on it now. Opens up Hollerman. There's
Game
Wood.
clock is 5 seconds
There's Zerbrug.
faster.
Zerbrug takes the shot and can't hit.
5 seconds left.
Don't think the Chinese are going to get off a shot.
That is going to send us into halftime. Score is 26-24 for China.
Well, good job by the Americans and good job by China. Great game so far.
Americans doing a great job keeping this game at the tempo that they want and kind of keeping their rhythm and their game style, forcing China to play a little bit slower than I think China would ideally like. Yeah, let's see what happens coming into the third
and the
quarter.
great outside, I mean, the great defense is keeping them on the outside, making China not have high percentage shots. And
Yeah.
that's the difference in the game, I think,
Exactly.
compared to when they played Germany, who was getting a lot of inside shots.
Totally agree. Let's see what happens at start of the third quarter, whether USA is able to maintain this composure or if China's going to pick the tempo back up and put some more pressure on USA. As we can also see before we head into halftime and we take a quick break, no substitutions from either side. So
that's crazy.
That's going to be
I haven't seen that once.
Yeah, that's going to be a little interesting whether we see any new players coming in this second half or what exactly is going to happen. I mean, they have halftime to continue to warm up a little bit, but yeah, sitting on the bench for 20 minutes can be a little hard for some shooters like Abigail Duncan to come in and be effective in a game.
We shall see.
That's going to be it for us. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Take a little break here and see you in the second half.
All right, and we are back for the beginning of the third quarter, beginning of the second half here. USA Women against China. I am Vanessa Erskine here with Marco Romero.
Either way, Mark or Marco.
And a little bit of statistics coming in is China's currently shooting 40%, USA 50%. Both teams tied at the beginning of the first quarter. China winning the second quarter with 2 points. As you can see, 26-24, the score coming into the second half. Some lead scores for China is number 10, Lin. She's currently shooting 6 of 6, 100% from the field. Hasn't seen the free throw line yet. Overall, we've only seen the 5 fouls total called in this game, 4 of which are for USA Women. No one in foul trouble. Zerbrugg with 2. No free throws at all. No, that's not correct, actually. There have been 4 free throws taken by China, and they're currently 100%.
One of the things I haven't seen much of is uncontested layups and breakaways. It's been a very much set game. I think that's because both teams are focusing on defense.
Yeah, and that's exactly what USA wants to do. They want to keep it in that second. They like to play in the half-court offense. They want to keep it slower. China, if they want to take a lead, they're going to want to increase the pace and put a little bit of pressure there on USA. But they're going to have to keep an eye out for Rose Hollerman. One pick by any USA player could lead to a fast break layup.
She did get 1 or 2, I think.
Yeah, I think we saw her with 1.
But that's what China wants to limit.
And that was going to be a foul on Ali Ibanez, number 1 of USA.
Right off the bat there.
And as we can see, too, a little bit of a different 5 here on the court for USA. This is the 5 that's been on, as we said earlier, no substitution so far by either team. But USA currently only playing with 12.5 points. They're playing with a full point and a half under.
8-second violation.
And that is going to be an 8-second violation on USA. Great pressure there by China.
Yeah, usually you don't see that, Vanessa, that the coaches will play that far under 14.
No, it's very uncommon.
Yep.
Especially when you have a player on your bench such as Abigail Duncan, a former Paralympian. She was on the 2016 Rio squad, as well as the 2014 World Championship squad.
Well, she did have a great game yesterday against Germany, and it seems to be working right now, and she'll be back and in the mix, just like all the ladies will. And it's just these are the 5 that they're going with right now.
Yeah, and instead of having her on the court right now, Trooper Johnson has opted for having two 5s on the court. That's where you see Ibanez and Zerbrugg. Yeah, both Zerbrugg with 6 points, Ibanez with 4. Ibanez 2 of 2.
And it's given Morgan Wood, I think, the chance to take the leadership role and take a lot of shots because she's been hitting a very high percentage in this one. I think it's 100%.
Yeah.
And there's a good shot by Zerbrugg, is also having a great game.
Yeah, that's going to be 8 points for Zerbrugg. And as you said, Wood only currently having missed 1 shot. She's 6 of 7, 12 points. 12 of the 26 points for USA.
Yeah. Well, they focus on defense, the Americans. Ooh, a little lapse there.
Great finish there by number 5 of China, Chen. She's an incredibly effective 1-0 player for China. Able to remain very calm and collected under pressure.
USA tries to tie. Zerbrugg in the corner. Over to Wood.
Back to Hollerman.
Nice passing to get the open shot. And just doesn't fall for Wood.
Rebound for Chen. Nice ball movement by China.
Other than that last play, China's not really getting much penetration. They have to get up a tough shot, but they nailed this one.
That's going to be number 6, Zhang. She is currently 2 of 8. It's going to be a timeout for USA. Johnson yelling onto the court, not exactly happy with something he currently saw earlier.
Yeah, kind of early for a timeout, but that's what you do a lot of times, second half. As soon as you see something, call a timeout before you're down.
Yeah, exactly. Now would be a good time to fix anything that he sees that he doesn't exactly like. I believe we might be having some substitutions coming in. Not entirely sure yet.
That could be also part of the strategy. China not looking too flustered by anything, just playing their game like they always do. I was riding with them over on the bus today, and they were doing their chant. They were doing a really cool song on the bus.
That's very neat. They are known to be a rather passionate team. As you can see, they stay very, cool while they're on the court. They're very, very focused, very communicative, very vocal with their teammates. However, very focused and very calm at the same time.
The Americans looking for the tie. Hollerman back to Wood. Over to Zerbrug, back to Wood.
That's Wood, nice shot fake by Wood.
Nice.
And it's in.
She just loves those shots at the top of the key, at the top of the, right in the, near the foul line.
Yeah, she's an incredible shooter there from the middle, especially when she's found her rhythm.
Now China seeing if they can get any penetration, but once again they have to take an outside shot, but they got their hot hand over there.
That's number 6, Zhang. She has not been hot this entire game. She's currently 3 of 9, but as we can see, that's 2 in a row for her.
Thanks for correcting me. She was hot on that one. And here is Zerbrug.
Player down for USA
what's
right now.
There?
That is other co-captain, Shelby Gruss, along with Morgan Wood. She came in for Josie Aslaskin.
Shelby Gruss, another 1.0. Coming out for Josie, who's a 1.0. Coming in for her. See how that works for the Americans. Trying to tip the ball. Americans maintain.
USA needing to make sure they maintain focus. They can't get sloppy with their passes, or else that's going to lead to some fast break opportunities for China. So far, they've done a good job with that. They've only allowed 1 turnover.
Holloman, look at that. She got the nice, but they just couldn't get the roll. Banyas probably wants that one back. But the Chinese have it now. Oh.
Nice find there for the Chinese. Great finish there by Chen. Sometimes those wide open layups are some of the most difficult.
Well, luckily she wasn't moving too much and was just sitting there. So she didn't have too much of a problem with it.
We can see Duncan heading over to the table to check in.
Nice 3 attempt, but doesn't fall.
China being able to break away just a little bit. Currently a 6-point lead.
Morgan still taking about half of the shots for the U.S., but hitting many of them.
And that's in 2 for number 7, Liu. She was currently 1 of 5, now going to be 2 of 6. Nice roll there. Very giving.
Very favorable. Zerbrug over to Wood.
Hollerman looking for that cut. China being able to close it off.
Looking for an opening. Will she get it? I see it now. But a foul before the call, before the pass.
Foul number 6, China.
That is going to be a foul on number 6, Zhang.
Substitution USA.
Do you know any background on Ali Ibanez with her Spanish name?
I do not.
Just a Spanish name, perhaps?
I think it just happens to be
that didn't come over from any other country or anything?
No, I think it just happens to be that USA is a land started by immigrants, and she happens to come from a family of, heritage somewhere.
Yep. But she's out there on the court playing a great game, as they all are, trying to keep up with this fast and patient Chinese team.
Another 2 points for Zhang.
And now China's heating up a little with their shooting.
Yeah, Banya's being subbed off for...
heating up a lot. I can't believe it's a 10-point. As I glance at the scoreboard, boom, it's 10.
Hollerman in the paint, and it's good.
Finally, the Americans answered. A few missed shots, and China didn't miss any shots, and boom, we had a 10-point lead. Now it's back down to 8.
And as we can see, too, number 23, Duncan, being brought back on the court, or onto the court for the first time this game, actually. She's the other returning player from the 2016 squad.
Good to see Ali back out there.
Ali's not out there quite yet.
Oh, I thought you just said she was.
No, Duncan.
Oh. Duncan, that's right.
Yep. She came in for Ali Abanez.
Abby, not Ali. Abby Duncan. Good to see Abby Duncan back out there. Abigail, of course, and that's Zerbrug with the ball. There's Duncan with the ball.
6
over to
seconds
Zerbrug.
on the shot clock.
Back up to Wood, who loves that shot. Doesn't hit this time.
Able to get the offensive
Zerbrug
rebounds.
has it. Back over to Wood. She can't handle it. Does China have a break here?
That is going to be called an unsportsmanlike foul. Not that it was a necessarily hard foul, but the fact that it was intentional. It stopped a fast break opportunity, and that's going to send China to the line for 2 free throws as
But
well.
they don't call that in the NBA. Is that a wheelchair basketball thing? If you have an open thing, it's going to be called intentional?
I think it's just an
And I don't
international
even know if that was
basketball.
intentional. I mean, that's just the
No,
fact
it definitely was because it was a fast break layup opportunity. That
yeah,
was
the way she was
stopped.
reaching for her and just fouled for no apparent reason other than
to stop the layup.
to stop her
Exactly.
progress.
Yeah, so it
and
wasn't
to get the foul.
Yeah, so it was intentional for that reason, sending China to the line for 2 free throws and possession of the ball.
I guess that's the theory. It's like you want to get a foul for just a foul, then you're gonna. It makes sense. The old intentional foul. All right, well that helps China out more. Can retain possession and a 12-point lead. Americans have to stem the tide here and get some rebounds and get some points. There's Abby Duncan bringing it back up.
China, great recognition there, seeing
Sees
that
Wood.
Hollerman was attacking the left side
Wood.
against a low-class player.
Holloman back.
Number 6,
Up to
John
Shelby.
coming to assist.
Now the clock's winding down and Abby's going to take the shot. Doesn't quite hit. Off of the rim.
That's going to be Duncan's first shot of the game.
Coming in cold off the bench, but now the Americans have had a little lapse in defense as they're focusing on offense. Now that they've gotten behind, they're getting further behind. Time for another timeout.
That's going to be a timeout by USA.
Let's take a little break here. We'll be back with the call.
And we are back.
So now it's do or die time for the Americans with 2:45 left in the third period. It's time to make a run and stem the tide on the Chinese. That's not going to help on that one. A little miscue.
A little bit of a miscommunication there. Johnson not happy with what he is seeing, bringing in some more substitutions to the table. Shot clock running down. Duncan with a hand on the ball. It's going to leave 6
Good
seconds.
defense. U.S. is getting back into the defensive mode now. They know that they have to have their defense spark their offense. We still have 2 minutes left in the third period, 2 minutes 19. No time for the Americans to start panicking. And 2 new players come in.
This is number 34, Emily Oberst, as well as we're seeing as Laskin return to the court.
Emily Oberst and Alaskan coming back. Emily Oberst is also a 4.5, while Aslaskin is a 1.0. And there's a turnover.
Difficult pressure we're seeing here by China, but kind of what was expected to see in the first half, and we didn't.
But luckily they missed that one. Americans get a break, and now they have another type of break.
Rose Hollerman.
Rose Hollerman's got that one, but
go in.
doesn't get the roll.
Nice defense there by number 6, Zhang.
She felt the pressure.
Yeah, making sure Zhang didn't get that chair contact and have the foul drawn.
It wasn't just a gimme.
Seven seconds left on the shot clock. 3-point attempts, not good. Oberst for the fast break.
Americans at least have stopped the onslaught of the Chinese scoring, but now they need to do some scoring of their own.
Yeah, currently in a 14-point deficit.
Morgan Wood over to Holloman.
Back to Wood.
Will she take the shot? Or
5 seconds on the shot clock.
will they find something close? There's her shot. And there we go. Back to 12.
Morgan Wood currently 7 of 11.
Now time to play some defense.
14 points for this USA team. USA trying to apply
starting
some
to do some
pressure.
full court pressure now, but it could lead to some fast breaks for the Chinese.
Great composure there by Zhang. She has found her rhythm. Started the first, or second half, I should say, sorry. 1 of 6, I believe, and now currently 4 of 11.
China came out hot shooting in the second half, and they haven't let up, really.
Gruss from the middle. Not able to rattle in.
China pushing the pace now. Seeing
3-on-1 opportunity.
3-on-1 opportunity.
Dishes it down to 1-0 player.
They get the roll.
Chen, and it's good.
And the lead bulges to 16 on that roller. USA gets it over half court.
And that is going to end the third quarter.
End of the third quarter.
48-32 for China.
Terrible quarter for the U.S.
Yeah,
they were down only 2 points at the half.
Yeah, down by 2 going into halftime, and now, lost that quarter by 12, 20-8. I think China can be rather pleased with how they've ended the third quarter and heading into the fourth quarter. But we haven't seen any substitutions from this Chinese team yet.
Wow.
And they don't even really need to. They only have two players with fouls, each with 1 personal foul each.
Not the way they're playing it.
Yeah.
Also.
Number 6, Zhang, and number 15, Huang. Currently, they're only 2 players with 1 foul.
Whereas the Americans are still trying to find that right combination. But they kind of had it in the first half, and, you know, it was just unfortunate that the early part of the second half, the Chinese just hit all their shots and Americans went on a cold streak.
A little surprised that we haven't seen number 21, Caitlin Eaton, come into the game yet. She's a 1-5 for the USA team, and she is exceptionally quick. Very, very quick player, able to definitely help them with the Chinese pressure as far as with her speed. And overall a great finisher too when she's in that dive position, especially when she's working with a shooter like Rose Hollerman or Abigail Duncan behind her.
Well, we'll see if the Americans can mount the comeback in the fourth quarter. Down by 16, it's going to be tough. It's an uphill climb. And China looking like the best team they've ever had. What do you think? Best team China's ever had?
I don't know if this is the best team China has ever had, but this is just a very different team than the USA has had in previous years. I think this is a rather consistent team that China has had, a very similar playing style. I think the program has remained rather consistent with the development of their players.
Do you happen to know what China's best results are?
I do not.
Because they don't seem to have always been in the mix.
They've always
but
kind
they're
of been
definitely in the mix this year.
They've always kind of been middle of the pack and a team to look out for. Like, they're a team that could definitely upset other teams in previous years.
Yep.
Da sind wir beide Mannschaften noch ein bisschen Stimmung vor den Ringen.
USA having their starting 5 return to the court.
Back to the original lineup. Holloman over to Wood. Nope. This time it's Zerbrug. Zerbrug back to Wood. Back to Holloman. Almost had to feed to Ibanez, but Zerbrug takes it and doesn't hit again.
Holloman with the offensive rebound, though.
That's good. Here's Zerbrug. Now she nails it.
That's going to be 10 points for Zerbrug.
Now the Americans need some stops. I don't think full court pressure is the answer, but they do, and they get the steal. There we go.
Great composure
Morgan
there by
Wood
the USA
finishing
team.
from Holloman. The nice steal by Holloman. That's why I don't coach.
And this is going to be a timeout called by China. So USA has forced China to call a timeout. Coach Johnson for USA, high fives all around, as we can see.
Yeah.
I think very pleased with how his team was able to execute that. Great composure there by the USA team, able to get that steal and maintain composure. I think this could be a big momentum change for the US. They can feed off of this energy, I think, and really begin to pick themselves up.
Chinese women breaking huddle. Out there first, ready to go. Feeling good about their 14-point lead here in the fourth quarter. But the Americans have just cut into it, and it is 12. I thought it was 12. It's back down to 12.
9 minutes and 18 seconds left. Plenty of time for the USA to turn
Americans
these tables.
with the last 6 points, so they need to continue on that trend. And they let a Chinese woman underneath, but she has to go outside with good defense.
That is going to be a foul called on number 7, Josie Eslaskin. That's going to be her second personal foul.
Got in there a little late.
That's the first team foul.
US is going to try and force a bad shot.
Lynn looking like she was going to take the 3, but
down
decides
to only
not
7
to.
on the shot clock, and now she's going to have to get it over to the side. Tough shot, but it was made.
Nice shot there by Zhang. She's a player that did not start hot, but now she has not missed in the last 5 shots that she's taken.
Wood brings it up. Over to Zerbrug. Back to Wood, back to Holloman. Holloman's with the hot hand. Not on that one.
Nice control there by the Chinese. Back to Lin.
They're going to be using all of the clock now.
5 seconds left. Difficult baseline shot, and it falls.
And then hitting at the end of the clock, which is a real backbreaker. Just the way that I think China has just had some incredible shooting. They haven't missed many, a lot of swishes.
A little bit of a difficult shot there by number 6, Zhang. However, she's a right-handed shooter. Chinese able to recover the ball. And since she's a right-hand shooter, her shooting hand was protected from Hollerman, who was on the left side. And yeah, she was able to get that shot off rather comfortably with her height advantage as well.
Ibanez going down there for a moment, getting back up.
Zhang once again.
There we
this
got a
time not
miss.
in.
Finally from the Chinese. Morgan Wood brings it up.
Nice pressure here by the Chinese, able to recover in when the pick's coming. Wide open shot for Zerbrug, and it's in.
So that cuts it back to 14.
On 7, Team USA, Josie Anderson.
China looking to use all the clock and then sink one near the end of it.
Nice pressure there from the middle by Zerbrug.
Americans hoping for the
3 seconds
bad
left.
shot, and that's what it was. And the U.S. brings it back up.
China doing a nice job using the clock to their advantage right now, taking their time on offense. Not exactly what they generally tend to want to do. Generally, they want to get those cuts and hit those gaps and get into the paint. However, right now, using the clock to their advantage, applying pressure on defense, making USA have to use a lot of time, as well as using their own time on offense. Nice pressure there by Hollerman on the ball. Currently 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Very good job on defense. It doesn't look like they're going to get off a very good shot. They're going to have to throw something up here.
Swings it to
2,
Lin.
1.
And
But
it's
they get
in.
it. Right at the end, they got an open person. Unfortunate for the Americans. They found a pretty good shot.
Lin is currently 6 of 8.
But now it's the Americans' turn to take a long shot, but not hit. Down by 16 now. It's too easy sometimes when
Dump
the
down
other
to
team
Chen.
has
And
the
it's a
pressure.
good. The Chinese being able to start taking a comfortable lead now.
They give it to Zerbrug, but she doesn't take it.
Hollerman swinging it back to Zerbrug.
That time.
And it's
she
in.
Gets it.
Zerbrug currently with 12 points for USA, Wood with 18. The only other players on the scoreboard for USA is Ibanez with 4 and Hollerman with 4.
That's how it shakes out.
That is going to be called a foul on number 15, Hollerman.
Foul to USA, number 15, Rose Hollerman on timeout USA.
That is going to be a timeout taken for USA. That is Hollerman's first personal foul, 3rd team foul. 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. China up by 16 against USA, 56-40. I think we might see USA try to start fouling China and send them to the line. However, a 16-point deficit is quite big.
There's not much you can do except stay in your game and, yeah, just stay within your game, because pressing and, you know, they had a little burst there, but, you know, that's not their game, and, you know, they're not going to have long-term benefits by pressuring the Chinese.
Yeah, 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go. Still quite a long time. 16 points is not impossible. However, we will need to see them hit a little bit of a run and get into a little bit of a rhythm now.
You see another swish by the Chinese and another layup, uncontested. The Americans just haven't had as many of those. A little chair-to-chair action.
Nice ball movement by China. Finding the hot hands.
Gets it off once again just before the buzzer, using all of the clock.
Nice pressure here by the Chinese. Turning the ball over. It's going to be Chinese possession. That is going to be called an intentional foul on Aslaskin. Definitely, I don't think it was meant to be unsportsmanlike or intentional. I think just because of the speed mismatch there, the Chinese faster, being much quicker than Aslaskin, she wasn't able to get her chair quite in any part of a better position. Forced free throw, not good.
So Vanessa, do you know anything about that emblem there with the circle and the semi-circle? Is that?
That is a sponsor here of the World Championships. That is
Okay, so it's not really supposed to represent anything. It's more their brand.
no, it's it's a sponsor. I don't know exactly if it's a club sponsor or if it is the hospital sponsor.
Okay.
Not entirely certain.
But everybody's supposed to know what that is, huh? Who lives in Germany?
Well,
or?
yeah, it is a very countrywide
It's a brand.
symbol. Yeah.
The symbol, yep.
That's going to be a number shot there by number 6, Zhang. She's going to have 20 points right now.
Look at that. That's the form that the Chinese have shown more often than not with their shots today.
Chinese
the Americans haven't been able to match it other than Morgan Wood, perhaps. Zerbrug's had a good game, but it hasn't been enough, those two. Holloman's hasn't added as much as the coaches may have hoped for. There's a nice pass into Ibanez that needed to do, but she couldn't close.
Great play there by Zerbrug and Ibanez, just not falling.
China comes up, looking to add some insult to injury. There it is.
Ibanez incredibly lucky there that was not called an unsportsmanlike foul. Came in really hard behind the Chinese player, throwing her hips in there.
Well, at this point, the refs know the game is slipped out of reach and letting them play. Nice feed again. Could she finish? Not again. Tough angle.
We saw her finish that twice earlier in the game, so we know that she's capable of doing it. I think she also knows she's capable.
China seeing openings that they didn't have earlier, and when the Americans were tight in the first half. But now
China
the
able to get
Americans
the
are
offensive rebounds.
Focused on scoring. It's going to be another low scoring output for the Americans, stuck at 40 points.
Actually a bit higher scoring game than I anticipated though.
Yeah, well, for the Chinese.
That is going to be a foul on number 10, Morgan Wood. Her 3rd personal foul. Team's 5th foul. Starting to send China to the line for free throws. 20-point game, 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Both free throws are good. Opens the lead up to 22. Wood finding Hollerman. Hollerman back to Wood. Wood with that middle shot. Ibanez with the offensive rebound, kicks it back out to Hollerman. Hollerman 4-2.
Finally hits. She hasn't missed many. She just hasn't taken that many because she hasn't been in the position.
China needing
as
to
much
get
as
the
the
ball
other ladies.
over.
And there's an opening.
I believe that's called another intentional foul.
Well, yes.
Foul on number 24, Lindsay Zerbrug.
Intentional foul. Unschuldiges und das ist das drittpersönliche Third Personal an der Linie Wbwc Chn.
USA women needing to make sure to do a little bit better job. Obviously, they want to get the Chinese on the free throw line, but they need to, make sure that they're going for the ball, not playing for the chair, and really looking to draw that foul obvious. Neither free throw good. China will have possession of the ball.
Okay, so it'll be back to the drawing board for the Americans for when they have their next match. And it looks like, where are they going to wind up in their pool? Oh, well, they have one more game against the French.
Yep, they have one more game against France.
That's what they'll be focusing on now. The next game is all you can do. Round out, finish off this one here as best you can.
Able to get the ball across half before the 8-second violation. China keeping that pressure on this entire time. Really making USA use a lot of time here on their offense. Nice dump down from Hollerman to Zerbrug. She's going to draw the foul, be sent to the line for 2 free throws.
Well, the story on this one is they hung with them the whole first half, and then the second half, the Chinese came out, and once they built the lead, it was kind of a different game. The Americans had got out of their game plan, and once they got further behind, they started missing more shots than making them.
Yeah, China right now having 13 points from turnovers. 8 fast break points. That's pretty detrimental, I think, to this USA team.
There's a nice shot, though, by Zerbrug.
Also, I believe in the first half, USA only had 3 or 4 turnovers. Currently up at 14 now, so China has really increased that pressure the second half.
Yeah, it was definitely a different half for the Americans and for the Chinese.
Looking at the scoreboard, China currently having 3 players in double digits for the score spread. Number 10, Lin, has 14 points. Number 6, Zhang, has 22 points. Number 5, Chen, with 14 points.
Zhang is the leader.
Yep. Zhang is the leader with 22 points, 8 of 19. She's really picked up her percentage a lot since the first half. Number 10, Morgan Wood, with 18 points, and number 24, Zerbrug, with 15 points. Next highest scorer is Hollerman with 6. She's currently 3 of 10. Another cut there for the Chinese. Hollerman coming away with the rebounds. USA needing to get it over half court. Turns it over to China. China's still keeping the pressure on. Swinging the ball to the middle there. Back to Lin. Lin back to number 15, Huang. Abanya's with the rebounds. 28 seconds left.
Chinese fans urging their fans on, and the whole crowd here appreciating the effort on both teams.
USA with one more turnover, giving the ball back to China for one more offensive opportunity.
But this brings China to the top of the group and puts the U.S. in the middle. But the U.S. will be regrouping for France.
I believe Germany is still going to be in the top of this group right now.
Has China faced Germany yet?
That I am unsure of.
Because those are the 2 top teams in this pool, and I think that's their last game.
That is going to end the game for a 64-43 for China against USA. First half, USA hung in there with China, just down by 2. China really being able to pull away in the second half, applying a lot more pressure to this USA team. I think China's experience just being able to overcome USA. USA making a couple little mental lapses that allowed China to go on a couple of pretty big runs. Just not able to recover overall. USA will face France tomorrow.
And just to be sure, yes, China, their last round-robin game will be against Germany.
So that
not until Wednesday.
So that game will decide the 1 or 2 seed for this pool.
And the other top game on Thursday will be Netherlands against Great Britain for the ladies.
USA currently 1-2, 1 win against Algeria, a loss against Germany, as well as a loss against China now.
But on the bright side, they do have a good chance of bouncing back against France and getting their new young team another victory.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be another great game for the USA team. All right, that is going to do it for us.
There you see all the stats, and that's going to do it for us.
Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, up next will be the Australian women against GB.
Have a good